We had 3 whole Bachelor seasons this year, and they were wild. But which ending was the best? What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Shared News. Before we dive into it, make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell so you never miss any updates. I'm your host, Kayla Thompson, joined today live in studio with the Zachary Reality.
Hey.
And my girl, Allison Van
Hello.
Dam.
Allison Van Dam.
Okay. Allison Van Dam.
The one and
Bruno
only.
Tunioli. I don't know.
It's a night.
Guys, can you believe we're all together right
I
now?
know.
I literally flew in just
She had
for
to get on
this.
a plane.
Well,
How do you get on a
welcome
whole
to
plane?
California,
Welcome
Kayla.
to LA.
We're happy
you.
to have you here. We've done this with Blakely.
Yes,
Missed
we
her
miss you,
already.
Blakely.
I guess just Blakely.
Yeah.
So we're happy to
Yeah.
have you here to dish on
you.
all the tea.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
Bachelor endings. It feels
Bachelor
weird
endings.
that we had all 3 this season. Like Clayton's
I
season
know.
feels so long ago.
Yeah.
But
was.
I guess we'll dive into it.
I know, yeah.
We
We'll
will.
dive straight in. I totally forgot that Clayton's season was actually in 2022, but it was. So, I mean,
Shocker.
Clayton's season was definitely crazy, to say the least.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, people can think of it as unsuccessful, but I feel like there's a lot to the season that made it very dramatic. They had a first ever of a Bachelor not being picked at the end at all.
Yeah.
So what do we think? Do we think it like ranks high in terms of a good ending, a good finale? Like, what do you guys thoughts?
I mean, it definitely was a twist. I think a lot of people weren't excited about Clayton because they thought he was kind of boring or the season would kind of be dull.
Yeah.
But then he threw us all for a loop by saying "I love you" to all of the women at the end.
Yeah.
Which he asked Gabby and Rachel to stay, and then he decided he didn't want them to stay, and then Susie. But at least they
All
ended
over
up
the place.
together. I mean, in a way, it was successful because they had a relationship. I know they're not together now.
All right,
Sure.
But yeah.
I really liked the ending. I think I asked my Twitter followers, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm on Twitter now, y'all. I'm like, what do you guys watch the show for? Dating, like love, or entertainment? And for me,
Right.
like I like to watch for the entertainment and the drama. And
Yeah.
the ending of Clayton's season was so good. Like
No,
it was
it's
so
true.
dramatic. There
Totally.
were so many key moments, breaking up with 2 girls. Like we were all so invested. When Rachel was crying, like that's
On
when
the
you know.
stairs,
Yeah.
the stairs.
That's when you know it's a
Zach.
good season if you're crying with her. And
Yeah.
we all rallied for Gabby. So I think that is what made it so fascinating to watch.
Yeah.
Like just the breakups at the end. So
Yeah,
for me,
that's
it was
true.
actually my favorite season of the year.
Period.
All
We didn't
right.
even
Yeah.
get into the other ones, but no, I agree. I think
I'm letting it know. Be now.
let it be known. No, I think that's the thing about this whole panel we're doing today is
Yeah.
like, is it about the love? Is it about the drama? Like, what are we feeling like kind of marks a good season, a good ending? So I would agree with you. I think Clayton's was super dramatic, super crazy, had a lot of twists and shocks. So
And we were invested.
Yeah.
We were emotionally invested in the stories because it
sure.
felt the most real. I think
Yeah.
out of the 3 seasons, it felt the most authentic.
Yeah.
And that's why we were all like, no.
yeah.
And I did not feel the same way about Gabby and Rachel's.
Not at
Like
all.
even when they got
Not
down
at
to their
all.
final rose picks, I just wasn't invested in
It's
the same way I
true.
was in Clayton's
Yeah.
journey, his love
Because
story.
It was dragged.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
it not an extra like 5 episodes?
Well, for sure it was long. I mean, let's dive
Yeah.
into the Bachelorettes because
Yes.
I think the one thing that's interesting about this season though was this was a first, another
Yeah.
first of 2 leads the entire season carrying
It was a lot.
How do we feel like the franchise did in terms of giving both of the leads time, like having 2 like, you
Yeah.
know, story arcs for the both of them, and then of course the ending. Your thoughts?
Sure.
I mean, it wasn't intentional. They didn't go into it thinking that they were going to have 2 bachelorettes.
Yeah.
It was a scramble. They didn't know what they were doing. And
Yeah.
honestly, I didn't love it because I felt like we split the time. I wasn't as invested. And honestly, by the end of it, I really wasn't rooting for Rachel, if I'm being honest. The Rachel
Yeah.
and Avon moment to me was, I was like, I'm done. Like the
Yeah.
way
She
she was
was-
talking to him, like on that
yeah.
little bridge, I was
Yeah.
like, I'm kind of over it. And
Yeah.
I was rooting for Gabby, but then everything with Eric was popping up. It was just, eh.
It was a lot. I mean, I think that's the thing that is really crazy is that they have these 2 leads, but you kind of end up like rooting for one and not the other. And
Yeah.
the show kind of pivots into this like, yeah, you root for one and you kind of villainize another one.
But I
almost.
didn't really feel like that. Like obviously
Okay.
Gabby was like a little bit more likable than Rachel, but I just like loved their friendship.
Just like a little.
No,
Like,
that's a
I
good
loved
point.
their friendship, and
That's
that's
a
what
good
I
point.
liked
Yeah.
about watching it. You couldn't pick one over the other because of
Yeah.
what we saw in Clayton's season, and like both of their love stories were interesting, but it was like a double night finale for like an extra 2 weeks, and
Yeah.
like Eric was the only one there for like 3 episodes.
Totally.
Like
Yeah.
it was like Rachel and Tino. Like
Yeah.
it was just like, but the ending was crazy. Like
Yeah.
double cheating scandals. Like it was good
I was gonna
TV.
say.
But I'm so upset that they're both.
Yeah.
What the hell? It already ended.
Yeah, they're
It's
both
true.
single.
And the show really tried to, you know, showcase Gabby and Eric. But I feel like for me, I just was like, I don't really know if I'm like hanging my hat on Gabby and Eric.
We did not think it
carrying
was
the
gonna
success.
last. Neither of them lasted more than, that's so sad. And
Yeah.
maybe that is because it was double Bachelorettes and there wasn't enough options or guys or the
Yeah.
format. But also maybe it was just because the way the show is nowadays.
Yeah,
with
it's
like
true.
social media and like the
wild.
producers
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
the drama. It's just so dramatic.
Yeah.
Which is why we need to talk about VIP.
I know.
Because that was even crazier drama at the end.
Crazier drama at the end. I mean, production was going crazy this season, adding of Bachelor in Paradise, adding the split week. I mean, they were throwing things left and right. So, yeah, with that ending, I mean, no, guys, there's so much like failures this year.
I know.
It's
Of,
a
like
lot of
couples
fails.
ending up together. But yeah, what were your thoughts on like we had at least one super strong couple in Brandon and Serene,
Yeah.
but throughout the whole
And Michael and
season,
Danielle
what
are
did you
still
think?
together. I mean, I know they're not
Yes.
engaged or married, but like they have a
Okay.
child to think about. She's moving to Akron.
Which is saying something.
Totally.
Like she's moving to Ohio. Like she has
Big
like a
deal.
whole career in Nashville.
Yeah.
And she's moving so quickly, but also living in a different apartment so they can
Yeah.
really take their time.
Yeah.
So they're like for
I
real.
believe in them. If,
Oh,
if I'm gonna put my
100%.
money
For
on
sure.
someone, it's gonna be them.
But
Yeah.
Brandon and Serene, I feel like are vibing too. They
Yeah. Oh,
moved
totally.
in together in San Diego like months ago,
Okay.
working
Yeah.
incognito. But what we were talking about is like they're the only 2 couples that are still together from this year.
Totally.
That
Unless we
ended on
count
the
Greg
show
and
together.
Victoria.
Unless we count Greg and Victoria.
No,
Which
I don't think
Kayla
we can
doesn't count.
Greg and Victoria.
So
Okay.
that's why.
Okay, so here's why I don't count them. Because to me, if you're gonna talk about the success of the show and couples ending up together at the end of the show, it's like you have to meet on that season and then still be together at the end from that season. Like Greg and Victoria were never on a season together.
But he came on the season. He went on the reunion, even though
No,
it was for
no,
5
no. That
minutes.
was because they were already together. They
But
don't
even though
count.
he
It
was still on, I
outside
think he was still on the show.
No, but I'm saying like
Their
in the
relationship was
construct.
showcased on the show.
Okay,
so
but-
technically they are like a bachelor couple.
Now, don't get me wrong. I root for Greg and Victoria, actually. I think that they make a lot of
I
sense
agree.
together. We talked about this in another panel, me
Yeah.
and Allison. But, like, in terms of the construct of the show, meeting on the beach, we're looking at these shows like, does it work? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And actually, in Greg and Victoria, doesn't count because they met outside of the show. They were friends
But maybe
first,
that's a
they had
sign
more
that it's the
time.
model doesn't work.
Well, that's why they
That's
need
what
to.
I'm saying.
Okay, so that's why they need to change the concept of the show to follow people in their real lives and bring them to
Yeah.
parties and bars and modernize it.
Okay, so now-
instead
yeah.
of this fantasy land.
Now we're getting into, like, what do we want to see in 2023?
Bachelors in the Wild.
Bachelors in the Wild.
Bachelor in the Wild.
Get a group of them in San Diego,
Bachelor in the
Wild.
or Nashville. Do a
Yes.
San Diego version and a Nashville version.
Yeah.
Hire like cast like 10 of them, but also get like a few new people who are dating them, and then just have them go to restaurants and
Get a
live
camera
life.
crew
Yeah.
at Greg and Victoria's house.
100%. That's
No,
what
I
we
think
want to
they
see.
do. I think the show could definitely take from a lot of these other reality shows
Yeah.
They seem to be
and
doing
be
that.
more reality. Like
Yeah.
stop overproducing, stop kind of like overly controlling. Like
Yeah.
let go of the reins a little bit
Yeah.
and just get more realistic.
Because that's when the drama
because-
happens. The
Yeah.
most dramatic moments.
Exactly.
Victoria throwing a wine glass on Johnny. Why was that not
It was
filmed?
not on Johnny.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, sorry.
It was into the
true.
yard.
Into the yard. But I'm like, why was that not filmed? Like,
Yeah.
follow them to the Happy Couples
Yeah.
weekend. Like, show us the real life, and then pay them.
Yeah.
Because they don't do it for free, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like sometimes they don't want to always give us the most drama either. It does fall on the contestants.
Yeah, it's true. Well, I do want to know what you guys think was the best season, but before we do that, I want to ask you guys to give us a super thanks on this video.
Ooh.
We love being in person together. I mean, it's so much fun. It's so much of a different dynamic for us. So we need your help. Give us a super thanks on this video so you can help us out and we can do this more. So with that, Allie, I want to know, Bachelor, Bachelorettes, VIP, what was your favorite?
I think I have to go with Clayton's season. The more we talk about
Yeah.
it, because it was just such a big conversation
Yeah.
and things were going everywhere. Like the rose ceremony with the two of them, Gabby saying she can't accept the rose, him bringing her back.
Yeah.
Like it was so all over the place. And that's just like classic Bachelor
Classic.
drama.
Classic.
So I'm gonna go with that.
I agree.
Okay.
I
Zach?
second that. It was just such classic TV.
Yeah.
So much drama. The ending was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I felt like we really were just so invested.
It's
so
true.
That was my favorite.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and third that and say I think my favorite was
We all
also
agree.
The Bachelor. Yeah, I agree. I think like also just I was there live and it was like just feeling everything in the room. Everyone was so invested. You're right, Zach. And even him ending up with Susie, like we said, they're not together anymore. But yeah, it was a classic season of The Bachelor. We came out with like Gabby and Rachel, and you know that fed right into their season. So thought it was a good season for sure.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Well, thank you guys all so much for watching this video.
Yes.
Comment down below your thoughts.
Yeah, if you have,
Give
if
it
you
a
agree
thumbs
with
up.
us,
Yes,
if you have a
please let us
different
know.
ending, then why? Let us know in the comments.
Yes, we want to know what do you think is the best season of The Bachelor this year. So let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Shared News, and hit that bell so you don't miss any more updates from us. I'm your host, Kayla Thompson, joined by Zachary Reality
Hey.
and Allison Van Dam.
Oh.
If you want to say what's up to us, our social media handles are on the screen right now. And with that, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.